will the virtuous Sangha out of compassion for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giáo đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tốt chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed Noble and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Saranto Suchero Ye La Hori San Miao Saputo Xie. Nam mô Đại Đắc Tha Đô Già Đa Già La Đề Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Tọa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng she wei biao fa bai jian wan jian an zao yu, wo jin jian wen de shou chi, yan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Qingliang, Venerable Shenhua, Venerable Lafong people, and all good new advisors of Amitabha. 诸佛菩萨、金良我师、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Thác kính thưa thầy Thanh Lương, thầy Tiến Hóa và các vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Okay, today is the 7th of November. We are here to continue discussing the Avatamsaka Sutra. We barely started. This is our very first lecture in Southern California. So welcome you all and thank you all for coming. Today's crowd is very small, mostly in-house people. So it's nice because it stopped raining. Today in the morning it rained and after lunch it stopped raining. And the sun came out, another auspicious sign. All right. Also, as a note, we also have Korea online as well. What time is it in Korea? 4 or 5 in the morning? Yes? What time? We should have a time stamp on the windows, so that we see, people can see, Calcutta, Kamchatka, and all those places that tune in. It's my dream, my wildest dreams. So what time is it in Korea now? 5 o'clock in the morning? Huh? Almost 6 o'clock. So they should be up already. So I was about to commiserate with them. They have to get up so early, probably yawning to death. But it should be no problems. In Korea, I understand one of the attendees is Chung Ho Sunim, along with the other guests. Yes? Huh? Okay, welcome. Glad to see you. Yeah, I can't see your face. But it's kind of good to see her again, because I remember meeting her something like 2 years ago, right? A year or 2 years ago in Korea. And I used to remember her because she has this peculiar problem when she meditates. And apparently she still has the same problem. Yes? Actually, it's getting worse. No? and it's I try to tell people that problem is a very, very good state, but no one understands it to the point where, because people don't understand it, if I were there, it wouldn't bother me at all. But for people who don't understand meditation, they're terrified. And that's why it's a shame, because it's a very good state that if you do it right, this person has potential. If you're scared, you suppress her cultivation, it's not good for her. So that's a problem with cultivation nowadays. People with potential are usually repressed. Balu. Repeat Balu.
Could you describe the state, please?
The state is that she shakes. You haven't seen how she shakes yet. It's very entertaining, to say the least. She walks and toils around. Is that fascinating? And I look at that and I say, wow, this girl has potential. And people have been suppressing her. And they said, no, he has to stop doing that. It's a demonic state and all those things. Ignorance. Okay? And that's what happens in the Dharmic ending age. When you practice and you don't have the proper guidance, people with so much potential are suppressed, are repressed. It's a shame, because if Master Srinivas was around, I'm sure that he would say exactly the same thing as I just said. It's an excellent state. Do not lose hope. I had disciples who have similar problems, although it's not as severe as hers, probably 85% of her problems, intensity, and they grew up to be normal people. I understand so far. Okay? So don't lose hope. It's a good thing. And my advice to you is to be patient. People don't understand you are not fully ordained yet. People don't understand, suppress you, repress you, run. Go hide somewhere. Don't meditate. Don't show it. Okay? There's time. Don't be discouraged. As part of your training as a novice is to survive. Ask all the sunims there. Yes? Woyin Sunim, Wantek Sunim, Soju Sunim, you all have to survive, yes? That's the nature of it. So, when you're novice, you get to learn how to survive and learn to be patient and wait until you have the chance to do it. Okay? So don't lose hope. It's a good thing. Now don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right? But, all right. We are, let's see. We are, where are we? Prologue. Okay. So, we back to the main course. Why we here? We're here to investigate the Avatamsaka Sutra. It's a fantastic sutra. And let me tell you, I'm very excited because, and at the same time, it's a lot of trepidation because to claim that I understand the sutra would be an overstatement. I don't understand the sutra. Okay, so that's why we have to depend on Master Hsuan Hua and Master Jing Liang, who have much more wisdom than I do, to help guide us through this process. Okay, and then why am I speaking it? It's because even though I don't understand it fully, I have begun to appreciate more and more of it. So just like my master said, I had to try to teach it so that I can learn more. Okay, and so I started last weekend, and this week, in the process of preparing for it, it suddenly dawned on me that the thing that this section, the prologue and preface that I read something like 17 years ago, I was so terrified because I couldn't understand any of it. Okay, now I begin to understand, have glimpses of certain things that jumped out, and so it's so rewarding. Let me tell you, you struggle, and then all of a sudden you thrown a bone, and you say, "Wow, this Buddhism is so fantastic! So many bones to chew at." Okay, so I'm very excited to be able to continue with this, and so since we have a captive audience, I shouldn't be complaining. So my explanation is that because my lack of clarity and my inexperience in dealing with this sutra here, I depend on two people, Master Hsuan Hua and Master Jing Liang. And these people are outstanding individuals. And in Mahayana, it's revealed through your vows. Okay? These great individuals, when they first started, they immediately made vows. That's so Mahayana. Anyone heard about making vows? Oh well, some people heard of it. I'm not impressed. Okay, so we on slide 12. Let's go through about the thinking. These people, what were they thinking? And these are the kinds of thoughts that drove them to be who they became later. Okay, so it's funny because Master Hsuan Hua, we're on slide 12. In English here, he's cultivating the practice filial piety besides his mother's grave. He was around 11 years old, maybe up to 17 years old, something like that, 13 to 17 years old. He practiced the filial piety for about 3 years. It's a Chinese custom, okay? His mother died, and he said, wow, I can't wait to become a left-home person, because she asked his mother to lead the home life. And she said, you have to wait until after I die. So I said, okay, I'm going to wait. So he waited, and she died. So, he was heartbroken. But at the same time, he says, wow, this is so cool. Now I can lead the home life. So, but being so Chinese, he would say, real Chinaman. They would observe filial piety by the mother's grave. Hey, are you paying attention, Daniel? This is very Chinese. He says, we sit by the grave for 3 years without leaving. Think about it. Okay? I remember that. So when I went to a Vietnamese temple, Master, oh wow, look at that, Master Shen Hua's disciple is here. The other side. Give her a translation machine, make sure she understands my snide, my sneering. Give her a machine. So anyway, so when I went over and deserted the Chinese group, went to the Vietnamese group, my Vietnamese master was old, and I said, maybe I should imitate the Chinese and do the filial piety. So when my master would pass away, I would not leave the temple for 3 years. Okay? I would sit outside in he has a temple in Koreatown, okay, that he wanted to leave to me, but I couldn't turn him down. But I would sit on the side, in the setback of the property, find a corner, put a little bit thing over my head to and then observe filial piety for my beloved Chinese Vietnamese master for 3 years. Okay? But couldn't do it. The point being that it's extremely difficult because my peers at the temple would not let me. Okay? So when you try to do filial piety, like the grave thing there, is even worse. You go to the cemetery, it's full of demons and ghosts. That's where they hang out. And Master Shen Hua, when he was young, was a teenager, he was able to live in a cemetery, albeit Chinese cemetery. It's not the same as here. We're a lot more civilized. For 3 years. That's incredibly difficult, let me assure you. Okay? Very, very difficult. It takes special kind of people to be able to do that. Okay? Outstanding people. So he's doing filial piety by his mother's grave. And while he was there, being a teenager, and I think he took maybe 1-2 days off to go become a novice monk and came back right away. When you do filial piety, you can leave for up to 2 or 3 days and have to come back. You cannot be away more than that. Okay, and so he made vows before the Buddhas on the 19th day of the 6th lunar month of the year of Chu Tong. Oh, I don't know what year is that. Either Western calendar year at all? Anyone knows? Hey, you. Do the Western calendar year. Chu Tong. You're from that side, right? I mean, you listen to their Dharma lectures. Okay, so he made these vows as a teenager. Impressive. Very impressive, okay? Teenager, making vows already. Great vows, they're called great vows. Okay, next, 13. He says, and this is his words, I bow before the Buddhas of the 10 directions, the Dharma of the Tipitaka and the Holy Sangha of the past and present, praying that they will hear and bear witness. That's how you make vows. Okay? Look at the baby. She said, oh, so interesting, if she could say it. Huh? Look at her, how fascinated she was. Is it me or the vows? So when you make vows in front of your good known advisor, because Master Shenhua back then, Tu Lun, didn't have a good known advisor present, so he made vows to the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and the Sanghas and the Dharma of the 10 directions. Okay? I don't know who taught him, but that's incredible. It's just like, he knew what to do. And you make vows in front of them so that they bear witness and they will guide you, help you how to fulfill your vows. And that's the secret. When you make vows, and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas approve of them, they will invisibly assist you in realizing those vows. Are you impressed? Okay, I didn't think so. 14. I, disciple Tu Lun, not To Lun. Okay, Tu Lun means here. Tu is to cross over. Lun is the wheel that cross over living beings. That's his Dharma name. She answered, resolve never to seek for myself the blessings of gods and humans. If you seek to be the blessed, have the blessing of gods and humans, you're not Tu Lun. Or the attainment of Shravakas, meaning the Arhats, Pratyeka Buddhas, a little bit higher than the Arhats, or high Bodhisattvas. What? High Bodhisattva? To Jin Sheng. No, not high Bodhisattva. This is wrong translation. That's why I said, what are you talking about? Okay. 全圣诸位菩萨. Oh, let me correct it for you. You know what it is? Good thing I understand. I have a few Chinese characters I can recognize. Anyone? Hey, Chinese people, you know what it is? No? What's the opposite of Shu Jiao? Quan Jiao. What's English for that? I forgot. It's not actual teaching, but the opposite of actual teaching is not original. Provisional, right. Provisional, thank you. Vehicle Bodhisattvas. Okay? Meaning that Master Shenhua wants to be high-level Bodhisattva, not the low-level Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas have provisional Bodhisattvas, provisional physical Bodhisattvas, and actual teachings vehicle Bodhisattvas. He wants nothing to do with the provisional vehicle Bodhisattvas. That's too low level.
Yeah.
This is a teenager, mind you. He says, I want to be true vehicle Bodhisattvas.
Right.
Yes?
Excuse me. What does that really mean, provisional vehicle? Like he does good deeds in the world or something like that?
No. It has to do with the fact that they are expedient teachings that the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha used to prepare people to go towards a high level Bodhisattvas. Because they go, it's like between the confused and low level attainments, arhats and stuff like that, to the Bodhisattva level. Okay, there's a transition between, if you will. Okay, and Master Shenhua says, no, I don't want anything in between. I want the the real deal. Okay, meaning he wants to be enlightened, basically. Now, let me ask you, when you were a teenager, how many of you wanted to become enlightened? Anna. What happened to my princess, Sabina? Can I ask her? She's playing inside? Okay, let's not bother her. She's busy. You want to become enlightened? The actual vehicle bodhisattva enlightenment or provisional vehicle bodhisattva? Green.
I didn't even know what a bodhisattva was.
Then it's not called enlightenment, my friend. It's called wishful thinking. Okay? It's just weird. He knows what he's talking about. That's what's so impressive. A teenager who had an 8th grade education, yes, he read sutras on his own, and he decided that because his teacher, Chang Ren and Chang Zhu, the two Shufu in his temple where he went there for ordination or to lead the home life, they're basically 4-stage arhat, low level. How would they know about provisional vehicle bodhisattva? Of course, they don't know. Okay, so it's impressive that by these simple words, that Master Hsuan Hua's wisdom is extraordinary already as a teenager. When you get started, how old are you? You're 20s, right? The rest of you like 40, 50, or very old, right? He started when he was a teenager. He's about 30 years ahead of us. On his own. We have a lot of catching up to do. Okay? Impressive? Yes? And that's where that woman came from, that side. No one's perfect. Instead, I rely on the supreme vehicle, the one Buddha vehicle. He says, I am not interested, let me finish it, and bring forth the resolve for Bodhi, vowing that all living beings of the Dharma realm will attain utmost right, proper, not right, and equal proper enlightenment. And drop the right then. Equal enlightenment at the same time as I. Let me tell you this. There's no way his teachers, Chang Ren, Chang Zhu, at that temple, would be able to teach him to make vows like this. It's not an Arhat Dharma. This is a Bodhisattva Dharma. I read this and I said, who taught him? Now you know. You should start making vows as well. Okay? He says, I vow to ride on supreme vehicle, the Buddha vehicle, not in the Bodhisattva vehicle, mind you. He even says, Bodhisattva vehicle is too low for me. And bring forth the resolve for Bodhi and say, I want to become a Buddha, vowing all living in the Dharma realms will attain Buddhahood. And he says, he vows that all living beings will attain Buddhahood at the same time as I. Of course, he didn't know that. That's not possible. How can he attain Buddhahood? I'm sure that some of you are a little bit faster than dragons. Yes? If you're faster than dragons, then how is he going to become enlightened at the same time as inferior dragons? I'm offending a lot of dragons, which you don't want to do. All right? So, at the same time as I. Not reasonable, okay? But he's a teenager, so you have to give him good marks, high marks for high aspiration, extremely lofty aspirations, okay? Don't take it verbally. It's very lofty aspirations for a teenager. It's very lofty aspirations for any monk, as a matter of fact. Okay? Anyone who dares think like this is an extraordinary kind of person, unless they don't know what they're talking about. Next. So he made 18 vows. Yes, Pinky.
YouTube question from Ru Ming. She starts off by saying, Master, about 8 to 9 years ago, when I first read about Master Xuanhua and heard about his vows, I was so gung-ho and wanted to make my own vows. And now I hear about vows and I'm like, So now her question is, so what happened and how can I get that back? Also get back her enthusiasm.
I don't know. I haven't made vows yet, so we're in the same boat. I don't know. Hopefully it will change. Maybe after hearing this, he says, now I can start making 19 vows. Okay? Because you have to, I'm Vietnamese, even though I hate to admit it. Vietnamese is very competitive. You do 18, I do 19. If Anna does 19, I will do 20. So, don't worry, I'll come back. Is my saying. It will be fine. Okay? Give it time. When it sinks in eventually, it's gonna happen. Because vow is Mahayana thing. Because in the future, you're going to become a Buddha too, Ru Ming. And then, in order to become a Buddha, you need to make great vows. No two ways about it. No one can become a Buddha without making great vows. Sometime, you have to make vows, great vows. Okay? The sooner the better. Okay? All right? So the attitude, the nonchalant attitude or unimpressed attitude is temporary, let me assure you. Because people with great blessings, with great roots, would make great vows. And that's him. As a teenager, he had great blessings, great roots, so he made great vows. Very Buddhist thing, if you will. I vow, number one, that as long as there is a single bodhisattva in 3 periods of time, throughout the 10 directions of the Dhamma realm to the very end of empty space, who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the right enlightenment. It says, Bodhisattvas who are so close to become a Buddha already as compared to us, he says, if those people are not Buddhas yet, I will wait for them. Very selfless. So far, so good? Next. Number 2. I vow that as long as there is a single Pratyeka Buddha in the 3 periods of time throughout the 10 directions of the Dhamma realm, to the very end of empty space, who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the right enlightenment. So he says, not only for Bodhisattvas, there's no next level, low level called Pratyeka Buddhas, okay, who practice the 12 conditioned links. That's how they became practical Buddhas, which are very low compared to level of Bodhisattva. Lowest level of Bodhisattva compared to practical Buddha, it's you can't even see. Okay, it's that far away. Okay, now you go from Bodhisattva, who's closer to Buddhahood, to the practical Buddha, which is so low down there. He says, if these low-level people have not accomplished Buddhahood, I will not accomplish Buddhahood. Meaning that I commit, because I want to become a Buddha, so I commit to helping these people until they become a Buddha. Then I become a Buddha. How's that? You're not talking about God yet. Okay, it's coming. Okay? You take care of everyone. Number 3. I vow that as long as there is a single Shravaka in the 3 periods of time, throughout the 10 directions of the Dharma realm, to the very end of empty space, who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the right enlightenment. Now, the third level of attainment in Buddhism, worthwhile attainment, is a Shravaka or an Arhat. Okay? If there's still an Arhat who is not a Buddha yet, he says, I wait for that person. I will help that Arhat become a Buddha before I become a Buddha. You know how many Arhats are there? There are in the universe? Huh? Trillions? Trillions? It says here, in the universe, to the end of empty space, meaning like trillions? At least trillions. How about you, the rest of you? What do you think? How many Arhats are there? Huh? Green.
You can't count.
You can't count. To the end of empty space? Too many to count. I say dime a dozen. In Mahayana, Arhats a dime a dozen. Okay? You know what I mean? For a dime, you can buy 12 Arhats. Maybe 13 if you take the baker's dozen. How's that? That's how many Arhats are there? There are in the Dharma realm. Infinite number of Arhats. And Master Hsuan Hua, as a teenager, he says, I will wait. I will help all these infinite Arhats become a Buddha before I become a Buddha. Hey, Master Hsuan Hua disciple, at least become an Arhat. You're too low. Number 4. Are you paying attention? Hey, ignore her. This is important. Number 4. I vow that as long as there is a single God in the triple realm, meaning in our world, okay? Here. Triple realm is here. Who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the proper enlightenment. Huh? By Arhats? It's okay, it's okay. He's not Buddhist. He's saying, this is the Buddhist thing. So, after Arhats, there are gods. Okay? Gods. So he says, as long as there are gods, in the Saha world who have not accomplished Buddhahood yet. You know why this is important? Because all these gods here are here in our world, okay? And we have affinities with them. That's why we're all here. We have a lot of things in common with the gods, okay? And the Republicans, so Master Hsuan Hua says, I will assist you in becoming a Buddha. How many gods are willing to assist us Buddhists in becoming a god? You always say, you Buddhists are evil. Yes? You are infidels. Give him a microphone. He can't wait to disagree with him. Every time he comes, he says, I disagree. He has to let it out. Black.
I don't think it's, how do I say it? I have to be more, I don't think for me, or for this, I don't think it's evil because and a religion that is evil, it has to do something bad to or harm someone else or harm the other people, and I don't think Buddhism is harming anyone. And in the contrary, it's putting people into God. So
I'm glad you brought it up. But it seems to me, in the history of your religion, you burn witches.
no,
Yes, you did.
that's the people burned, which is not the religion. Very different. The religion and God has nothing to do with
Your
stupidity of
emissaries,
people.
your emissary of the Pope, burn witches. I saw in the movies. You cannot deny that.
Maybe they did, and then you have to remember that popes can be like they have committed sins too, in the name of religion. I agree with that, but I don't agree that the religion is like say we have to burn people because they're mistaken. That goes against the nature of God. That's the nature of people.
But I'm shocked that God will allow them to burn witches who are innocent. Okay? Us Buddhists would never let it happen. Okay?
But the thing is that this is my own opinion, so just forgive if I say something wrong.
We only burn Rohingyas. We don't burn witches.
Well, remember that most of these people were ignorant, and that's not in the name of the religion. That's the name of the person that did that, or the people that did that in the name of religion. Religion has nothing to do with that.
Okay. We're not going to go too deeply into religion. Okay. Be as it may. I still respect you. Pink. Uh-oh, now we're getting a lot of people aroused.
So this question's from Tien Guo. There's a question, what was it? Is provisional the same as expedient?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then the other question, the current one is, Master, do you recommend for us to read Master Hsuan Hua's vows and pay respect to them frequently or daily? Is there any benefit?
Who's asking? Is that
Tien Guo. Tien Guo is asking.
Isn't that person a disciple of the other, side?
I don't know.
Ask her. Are you from the other side? We practice discrimination openly. Okay, one person from the other side, black.
Mô Phật bạch thầy, tu theo đức giáo hoàng đó có luân hồi không thầy?
Translation.
Master, if we practice following the Pope, do we still revolve in the wheel?
Yes, absolutely. You revolve the wheel. You can go to the heavens. If you do it right, you follow God's instructions, you have very good chances going to the heavens. Okay? Because when you follow His instructions, you create a lot of heavenly blessings. That's why you go up there. As a commercial, if I may, this is free Dharma lecture with commercials. Okay? We also have ways to get to the heavens a lot faster than your instructions. They are a lot faster, lots more secure. But anyway, that's aside. Besides that, the point is that God has very good instructions for you to reach the heavens. That's a fact. We recognize that. Okay? However, when you get to the heavens, because what's the reason for your getting to the heavens? Because you are creating, you follow God's instructions, you're creating heavenly blessings. That's what will help you get there. Okay? Our instruction will help you create even more heavenly blessing. Excuse me. Much, much more. Okay? Okay. To the point where we tend to overshoot your heavens. You want to go to heavens, people don't realize when they do it our way, they overshot it by 5, 6 levels, and then they go down, finally, this is where I want to go. Anyway, it's a Buddhist joke, which is factual. You have heavenly blessings, okay, that brings you up there. When you go up there, you're using up those heavenly blessings. Yes? And once they use up, just like money in your bank account right now. When you use the money, go to the grocery store, go to Walmart. I'm not advertising for Walmart or anyone in particular, although we are open to a commercial relationship. When you go and spend your money, then your money is no more. So that's why when you go to heavens, you will exhaust these heavenly blessings. After they exhaust it, you have to leave the heavens. All right? Just like you use up your money and you have no more money to pay for your mortgage, then you have to leave the house. Make sense? It's just common sense. So that happens when you go to heaven. It's very enjoyable. It's fantastic. Heavenly maidens are out of this world. Try the 6th desire heaven. Ooh, those lips are much nicer and Angelina Jolie, whatever her name is. The one who has the thick lips. Jolie. Brad Pitt. I don't remember her name. I just remember the ex-husbands. You guys don't watch movie at all, huh? God. Huh? Yeah, Angelina. Thank you. Angelina Jolie, whatever. Okay? So, the 6th desire heaven women up there, the lips are so luscious. Anyway, so that's what happens. When you use up those heavenly blessings, you will have to fall. So that's why you go down here and you create more blessings. You go up and you go down, go up and you go down, up and go down. You cannot get out. Only in Buddhism we have the knowledge, the technology to pull you out. Without that knowledge, you don't know what to do, how to get out. So far, so good. And this is what happens to worldly knowledge. That's the difference between what we call worldly knowledge and transcendental knowledge in Buddhism. Worldly knowledge is that the kinds of things you know that will keep you revolving in the wheel, like going to the heavens, okay? Will keep you there, okay? Whereas in Buddhism, you need to get out of the wheel, and you do that by becoming enlightened. That's one way. The other way is to go to the Pure Land, okay? Which is far better than the heavens. Far, far better. It's no comparison. Okay? So, short answer to the woman there's question, yes, absolutely. You still are in the wheel reincarnation big time. Because when you go up there, let me put it this way. His God, the Christian God, how long is his lifespan? Does anyone know? Yes, give him a microphone, Black.
Eternity? Infinite? There's no number to think about?
And what is the proper answer? No one watches TV? Game shows? Wrong. How long is God's lifespan? Christian God lifespan. I challenge you. Do you know how long his lifespan is? How long he lives? Text. You, Mr. Erudition.
I've read it, but I can't remember. It's
You can't remember. See?
It's
Such
some
important
number.
information you don't remember.
It's a long time.
No, wrong. Anyone else? Okay. God, his God, lives to be. Can you read this?
Infinity?
No. Troublemaker. What's this? 9. Thank you. 9 what? Okay, pay attention now. 9 bitcoins. 9 billion? What? Years. Thank you. 9 billion years. You know how long that is? Too long for me. No. Our years. Yeah, our years. Because we need to compare them to our years, because heavenly year doesn't mean anything to us. Okay? So it means that if you want so you go up to the heavens, you live to be that long as well, by the way. Okay? Pretty long. 9 billion years is not bad. It's far better than the Taoists who live 10,000 years here. Yes. I wouldn't live here. I'd rather go to the heavens, you ask me. Okay? Yes, Black.
So that means his God is gonna be no longer exist by the time Maitreya Buddha gonna be born.
He will die. Yes. No. Maitreya Buddha is about 17 million more years. He's coming in 17 million years. So he'll still be here, if you will. Okay? Don't worry, your God will still be here. Yes.
And then you mentioned about, the Christian, if you're following the Christian or the Pope, you will not have a chance to be out of the reincarnation wheel. But what about any Christian or anybody, they somehow in their life have heard of the name Amitabha in some way or have seen Amitabha in some way? Would that give them the seed to eventually become Buddha?
Yes. Don't tell them. So that's why if you want to help them, you give him those cards. He said, "Do you have a business card?" He said, "Oh yeah, my name, Amitabha Buddha." Yeah. So we Buddhists are very sneaky. I always carry 2 cards, business cards. One is my real name, one is Amitabha Buddha. So when I see a Buddhist, a Catholic or Christian who's trying to convert me, he said, "Oh, I love your theory. Can I hear more about that?" And he says, "Yes. Can I contact you? We'll let you know about our upcoming event. What is? You have a business card?" I said, "Absolutely." And he said, "Amitabha Buddha." You're not impressed? We have to help Master Hsuan Hua, because if these people go up there and be 9 billion years and live up there, Master Hsuan Hua will not become a Buddha for a long, long time. Boy, this it touches people a lot of nerves or something. There's so many questions about God. Black.
We have the Earth Door Bodhisattva statue outside. So for people who pass by, they happen to look at him or see him. Does that give them the seed to eventually become Buddha also?
Yes.
Wow.
We're very tricky. Sorry, but you too. I know you hate it right now, but eventually you will too. No choice. We always have the last laugh. Okay? Yes, black. Pink.
Tian Guo replied that no, she is not
She's not?
Venerable Shenhua Master.
Thank you, Lord. A real person. So what is the question?
The question, I believe, is if you recommend that they read Master Shenhua's vows and pay respects to them frequently or daily,
No.
if there's any benefit.
I come to that. Okay, thank you for asking. But the answer is no. Don't be like that dumb people. That one there. Don't be like them. Okay? 6. I vow that as long as there is a single asura who has now accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the proper enlightenment. Okay? So now he's vowing to help the asuras. Asuras are troublemakers, the fighters. Okay? You know asuras? Any questions about asuras? Okay. Look, you don't want to know about asuras? Excuse me. Most of you here today, just look at the mirror. 7. What happened to text? That's one example right there. A human asura. I heard he's leaving, you know that? Now that his president lost. So he says, "I'm leaving the state." And what do we say? Bon voyage. Oh, I'm so happy today. Number 7. I vow that as long as there's a single animal who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the proper enlightenment. So he wants to say is save animals. Okay? My question immediately is, what about Rohingyas? You know Rohingyas? You don't follow news at all? These guys are boring. Ignorant. In Myanmar, there's a Buddhist monk who's has been telling his disciples to kill Rohingyas. The Rohingyas are externalist groups in Myanmar. Okay, they're like illegal aliens, you will, in this country. They live in Myanmar without any real legal status, so they are drained on the country's resources. They are like the untouchables in India. So the Rohingyas in Myanmar are the lowest class of people, very poor, and they kept to themselves. Okay, live in the outskirts, in the fringes of society. And so this Buddhist monk here, in his all great wisdom, a leader in Myanmar, Buddhist leader in Myanmar, told his disciples to go and kill the Rohingyas, and they did. And the government turned a blind eye on that. And the Rohingyas had to flee to Bangladesh. It's the first time in history of Buddhism where you have a monk who advocates it's okay to kill another living being. It's disgusting. Okay? And this is the end of Buddhism. If we, Sanghas, don't say anything about it, we don't deserve to be monks. Yes, sir. Black.
I think it's actually not the first time. I have read in history that, bad Buddhist people or bad masters, I don't know what they say, they have actually ordered killings of, especially for Islam people. There's a war between Buddhism and Islam in one of those Asian countries. So
Islam is not Buddhism, sir.
yeah, but they're at war with the Buddhists, and the Buddhists with Islam, with the Islamic people in that area.
If the Buddhist, then it's not Islam. Islam is not Buddhist.
I know, but they fight with each other.
They fight each other?
Yes, the monk, I don't know his name.
Oh, that's exception. Those are Buddhist ninjas and samurais. It's okay for us to kill.
Okay. No
Just
problem.
kidding. I don't know. But it's in recent history that we know of, the world knows of right now, that the Buddhist Theravadan Myanmar monk who himself holds a machete. Okay, he says it's okay to kill another human being. That's not Buddhism at all. That's deviant teachings. All right? They're totally unacceptable to us. No way. Because in our world, if you kill another living being, you're done as a monk. You're done. Let alone telling others to kill, you're multiply done. When they kill, it's your fault as well. Okay? So anyway, it's a sheer stupidity in Buddhism that I'm aware of. Because in history of 3,000 years of Buddhism, I'm not aware of any mass killing like this in history of Buddhism. It's just unheard of. Yeah, a few people kill, like we kill mosquitoes, but mass killing like that is totally unheard of in our history. Okay? It's shocking to me. Okay. All right. So animals. Okay. Those people for sure go down to the hells. There's no other destination for them. Number 8. I vow that as long as there's a single hungry ghost who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I will too attain the right enlightenment. Okay? So he will save all the ghosts as well. Okay? Boy, no wonder he's so busy. Even he don't even talk to me. He's too busy saving ghosts, his own disciples. Number 9, I vow that as long as there is a single hell dweller who has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the right enlightenment. Okay, now we're talking. Because after this, my next stop, straight down to the hells. Okay? Then I know I'll be safe because Master Hsuan Hua will make sure that I become a Buddha before he does. Isn't that cool? This is most comforting to me. Number 9, I remember that. Amitabha has vow number, according to Master, the old monk, I don't know, whatever vow, not vow, 18 or whatever. Whoever recite my name 10 times with one mind unconfused, I bring to my world. At least here I remember Master Hsuan Hua was number 9. I go to the hells. I hope I remember to recite his name. Number 10. I vow that as long as there is a single God, immortal, human, asura, airbound, or otherbound creature, animate or inanimate object, a single dragon, beast, ghost, spirit, or the like of the spiritual realm that has taken refuge with me and has not accomplished Buddhahood, I too will not attain the right enlightenment. Everyone else who taken refuge with him, okay, he will wait for them. Yes, green.
He said animate or inanimate object. Does that mean objects can become Buddhas?
Yes. Very good. Inanimate objects comes from animate object. Insentient beings comes from sentient beings. That's a Buddhist secret. That's why there's no Japanese here. What's wrong with us? We international and no Japanese? Please go to Japantown and recruit some, okay? The Japanese, you know why? They want to throw away an old piece of clothing. You know this? Did you know this? Anyone knows? They want to away, some Japanese wants to throw away an old piece of clothing. What do? They fold it up very neatly. They wash it, they fold it up neatly. I tell you how I throw away my old clothing. I wear it, I don't wash it, I dump it. Sound familiar? The Japanese are different. They wash it. Anna, you will not believe it. They wash it, okay? They iron it, so it's not wrinkled. They fold it neatly, put in front of them, and say, "Thank you, old clothes, for serving me all these years." And they ceremoniously put it in a garbage can. I heard of that and say what? And I've been complaining about the Chinese and being too Chinese. Can you imagine saying thank you to your clothes before you discard it? But after vow number 10 here, thanks to the green guy there, inanimate object has Buddha nature too. Isn't that cool? I was so shocked. I heard how the Japanese thank the fish. They said, "Thank you for giving me nutrition," and then they eat it before they eat it. That's what they do. You know that? So that's when you go to a Japanese restaurant, when you see the Japanese before they eat, they actually say, "Thank you, fish, for before they eat the sushi, they say, "Thank you, fish, for giving me nutrition." It's too much. And then, and then Master Shinhwa says, inanimate object. Now it makes sense. You see that? It's very profound, Japanese culture. But I refuse to do that. I don't care. In my upbringing, thanking a piece of clothing, that's too much. Don't you dare train the Koreans to do that. Okay? So anyway, he's going to helping all kinds of people. Okay? This is too much for me. 11. I vow to fully dedicate all blessings and bliss which I myself ought to receive and enjoy to all living beings in the Dharma realm. He says, whatever blessings I receive from my cultivation for the good deeds I do, I give it away. I don't want to keep it. Whatever is good, I give it away to everyone equally, Japanese or not. A teenager, think about it. 12. I vow to fully take upon myself all suffering and hardship of all living beings in the Dharma realm. Okay? If you suffer, call him. Okay? Dump him. Dump it on him. Master Shinho, I'm suffering so much. Try that. Next time you're depressed, call him and say, I feel so bad. Master Shinho, take it from me. Yes, Green.
I don't like to ask for help. I don't like to call, like Guan Yin or these other people, because when I have hardships or something, I want to deal with it myself. Is that okay, or should I, I don't want to put my, I don't want to dump my energy onto anyone else. Is that okay, or is it important to call out to the different beings to help me?
Where did this guy come from? Is it for real? He's never suffered before. Are you for real? My friend, don't say anything yet, because I'm shocked. I thought I knew you. Listen, there's some people who suffered so much that's so unbearable. When you ever have a chance to suffer like that, you ask for help. Trust me. This is normal to ask for help because we can't take it anymore. I've asked for help. Not too many times, but I asked for help because it's too much. I couldn't take it. Now, I can only imagine that for most of us, we are all like that. Okay? And you can't judge people. It's the wrong time to judge them. When they're the weakest, that's when you said, you need help, please ask. Okay? You haven't suffered yet. You're too sheltered. Which country are you from? He's American. No wonder. Probably Republican. Yes. I know it's not funny, but today it is funny.
No, I said I have asked for help, but like you, I didn't do it very often because I don't want to dump too much of the bad energy onto other.
It's not about often. It's about the fact that it's more than anyone can take, and that's when you need help. Okay, and he says, when you're in pain, you're suffering and hardships. Okay, you can't find a job. Pray to me. I would take it on. I'd take it off your hands. Then your wife is leaving you. Pray to me. I will give you relief. And he will. Okay? 13. I vow to manifest innumerable bodies as a means to gain access to the minds of living beings throughout the universe who do not believe in the Buddha Dharma, causing them to correct the faults and tend towards wholesomeness, repent of their errors and start anew, take refuge in Triple Jewel, and ultimately accomplish Buddhahood. So he's talking about using expedience to manifest different forms of bodies, all kinds of living beings, to help them and eventually become a Buddha. All right? Okay, so this is referring to spiritual powers. The bodhisattvas, they can manifest in all sorts of bodies to teach living beings. That's what they do. Okay? So the higher level you are, the more bodies you can take on, and the more places you can go to help living beings. So it's kind of cool thing. Okay? All right? So that's why they're all over. Yes, Pink.
Another YouTube question from Tien Guo.
Yes.
Papias, the demon king, said to the Buddha, she's asking if this is true, or this person's asking if it's true. Sorry, I don't know, boy or girl.
Is this person a Buddhist?
How would I know?
Ask him. Anyway, go ahead. Continue with the question and ask him later.
They'll probably answer before we finish.
Yes. Yes
so
or no
is
would
it-
suffice. Are you Buddhist?
Is the demon king said to Buddha that my grandchildren will wear your monastic cloth and sash and do damage? And I was trying to figure out this phrase here, tear out from the Buddha. Was that true?
Yes.
Is this why we have Buddhist monastics ordering the killings?
Yes. That's the demon. That monk is basically, personally, he's a demon.
The Buddhist monk is the demon.
Yes.
Or
a retinue of the demon.
Tien Guo says yes.
Because that monk, I saw him. He's low level. A populist, if you will. He says things you want to hear. That's why he's so popular. But he's basically a cheap salesman.
And yes, Tien Guo is Buddhist.
Hallelujah. Way to go. Yeah. Hey, princess. Hey. All right. So yes, the best way to destroy Buddhism is from within. Yes, they become monks, they become nuns, and they destroy it. Okay. What is the most important asset of Buddhism? Anyone knows? What is the most important asset in your world, sir? Black.
To keep the most important ones are basically the God, the Pope, and the priest. But then the devil attacks those people first because that's the destruction of the whole church. And I'm assuming that for Buddhism, the destruction of the nuns and monks is the destruction of Buddhism.
Keep it to yourself. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyone, what is the most important asset in Buddhism?
Compassion.
Compassion. Anyone else? What's the most important asset of Buddhism? Blue.
Well, I thought it was faith.
Excellent. the most important asset, the foremost asset in Buddhism is faith. And if people lose faith in the Sangha, we are done. If they lose faith in the Dharma, we are done. If they lose faith in the Buddhas, we cannot save them. So what the demons plan all along, okay, is to infiltrate Buddhism and destroy it from within, destroy the Buddhist faith, the believers' faith in us Sanghas. That's the only way to destroy us. You can badmouth us all you want, it doesn't matter. But if our followers no longer believe in us, believe in the Dharma, we are done. They don't believe in triple jewel anymore, we are done. That's it. Okay? And that's the end of Buddhism. But don't worry. We still have quite a few aeons left before it really happens. So the decline of Buddhism is predicated upon the people losing faith more and more, okay? Until no one believes in it anymore. Okay, and this is why we're in the Dharma ending age, okay? We still have 10,000 years. We have a 10,000 years enduring span where the Dharma will gradually disappear. And after that, only demonic things. They believe in demonic things. After that, the gods are helpless. Right now, we are propping you up. We are assisting you so that the demons cannot go unchecked because we're around, okay? So that the gods can do the god things, the Vishnus and the Indian gods and the Mexican gods, whatever, okay? All the gods, okay, can do the things because we're all doing the good things together. We're in the same team, okay? Contrary to what people think, okay? We don't look at you as a competition at all, except for people on the other side of the tracks. Okay? We don't look at you as a competition. You're all doing what you call God's work, okay? Or Buddha's work, same thing. You can call whatever. We're doing what? Good. You're talking about goodness. We're increasing people's goodness. I don't care what you call yourself, Mormon, Islam, Judaism, doesn't matter. If you do the goodness, it's Buddhism. Okay? That's why we don't feel threatened at all. Okay? We're all doing the same thing in our own ways. Yes, Princess. Give her, hang on, honey. Yes, Black.
Is that because almost all religions are connected?
Yes. The religions are based upon doing good. If you do good, that's religion. Doesn't matter what you call yourself, but religion in general is to propagate goodness. Okay? Okay, but the Buddhists, look at the vow number 13 here from Master Hsuan Hua. He says, us Buddhists, we have more skills, more tools to spread more goodness. I'll reach a bit further than the heavens, much further than the heavens, much lower, all the way to the hells. Okay, so it doesn't matter whatever we all are together doing goodness. Okay, and then we're all the same, okay? And we're all trying to do more good and then to stop the evil. Okay? 14. I vow to all living beings who see my face or hear my name will fix their thoughts on Bodhi and quickly accomplish the Buddha way. 14 is what drove me to him. I was atheist. I believe in the green religion. No, you don't understand. Greenback religion. Yes? You too, right? We are the same. We have a lot more in common. Catholics and... Okay? And so when I heard of Master Hsuan Hua, he says, I realized how bad I was and how hopeless it was for me. He said, I heard his name and made sure I look at a photograph of his and said, no worries, let's continue doing evil and he'll save me. I was so happy that day. And that's what he does. He says, if you see his image, whether it's a photo, a statue, or whatever, okay, or hear his name, okay, Master Hsuan Hua right here, okay, look at his, read his name here. He will vow you. He will vow to save you. Will help you become a Buddha. And along the way, become a God first. Okay? So we all get what we want. How's that? I insist on becoming a God as well. 15. I vow to respectfully observe the Buddha's instruction and cultivate the practice of eating only one meal per day. Okay? You eat one meal a day, what happens? Anyone knows? If you eat only one meal a day, what happens? Shh, don't tell him. It's a Buddhist thing. Shh. Sabina, don't tell him. Yes? What is the advantage of eating only one meal a day before noon? Think.
Accumulating blessings.
Accumulating blessings, okay. How many?
I think you said 2,000 ounces, or I forget.
No. It depends. It depends. It depends on the price of gold. The sutra says, the Vinaya says, if you eat, pay attention, boys and girls, okay, and you eat tacos, one meal tacos per day before noon, okay, you generate each day blessings equivalent to, for that mere fact of eating one meal a day before noon, okay. It should be vegetarian, by the way, not just lobsters and steaks and Angus and Wagyu beef and stuff. Not many blessings. You eat one meal a day before noon, you generate the equivalent of 1 ounce of gold. 1 ounce of gold. What is the price of gold nowadays? Check quickly. Close to $2,000? See that? We make $2,000 eating one meal a day. Where? I don't know. But have faith. We're talking about faith, right? 16. I vow to enlighten all sentient beings, universally responding in the multitude of differing potentials. So he saves everyone, okay, including stupid people, okay, including that Myanmar demon, Okay? For that guy, the potential is very, very low. Okay? That's why he's doing the devil's work. He's going to get saved anyway. 17. I vow to attain the 6 eyes, 6 spiritual powers, the freedom of being able to fly in this very time. So he wants to have spiritual powers. What for? Okay, to fly. What for? To go shopping in Europe. It's a lot cheaper and safer with the COVID-19, fewer flies and much more dangerous. Huh? Think about that. Yes, Green.
Well, I think you talked about it before. I think someone asked this question. You said, well, he's got, he's got students everywhere. He's got, dragon students and all these other students that he has to deal with at the same time, and students in other realms. And also, you said he needed to be able to show off when he came to America a little bit to, get more students. And so you said he needed the spiritual eyes because someone had asked. They said, we shouldn't be greedy for the spiritual powers. I think that's what you said. And then someone asked, why did Master Shen Hua vow to obtain the 5 eyes and 6 spiritual penetrations? And you said it was because when he came to America, he had, people from other realms and beings from other realms and that you couldn't really see that were his students, as well as, he had to show people in America that he had these spiritual powers so they could, believe him and take refuge under him.
I'm doing a Hung Lai move. Oh, Tibetan, excuse me. Did I say that much? Must mean when I was a lot younger. Nowadays, I don't talk like that anymore. I said, huh? Sorry? Blue?
He said it.
He said it?
Yeah, he said it.
He said that?
Yes.
Oh, you remember. I trust him. He may be a bit shaky, but his memory is pretty good. Yes, Green.
You said that like a couple months ago.
I did?
Yeah.
That's 2 months ago. I've aged since then. Yes, God. Sympathizer.
I think
Why?
he said that because he wanted to save, what they call it? What is it? Living beings? No, live beings? Living beings?
Living beings. Yeah, that's correct. Okay? That's all true. I don't want to talk about this. You guys know already. Why do you want me to keep on making comments? I change my mind constantly. 2 months ago, I understand differently. Today, my question is, what for? You need to vow today, let me tell you. My new thinking. After 1 week of researching the Avatamsaka Sutra, I have new insights. What for? Your spiritual penetration will manifest naturally. You don't have to wish to have spiritual penetrations. He did this when he was a teenager, remember? Later he said, I regret that. I regret having ever making that vow because it's kind of childish. He's a teenager. He says, I'd like to impress people. You agree? Thank you. 18. I vow that all my vows will be certainly fulfilled. I'm not impressed. Here again, it's going downhill. Why? What he means is there. You know what he means? I need to explain everything to you, don't I? Black.
He realized that he later, as you said right now, that later he wasn't going to be able to fulfill it all.
No, honey, you're wrong. Have some more burritos. Huh? Of course, I don't expect you to understand. What happened is that what he means by all my vows will be fulfilled. He made 17 vows before that, right? And the vows supposed to be fulfilled. Why do the 18? That's my first reaction. It's redundant. Yes? He must have lost his rockers. Maybe he's too young. I don't know. Hey, girl, what do you think? Huh? And I thought about it. I said, no. I'm the one who lost my rockers. This refers to the vows he made way back then. He says, whatever vows I made in my many lives before that I forgot about, I vowed I will realize them all. I don't care what they were. Isn't that powerful? He says, if I vow to save you with the black sunglasses in a prior life when you were a god, don't think I forgot about it. I may have forgotten this lifetime, okay, until now, but this vow here will help me remember all those prior vows. I will fulfill all the prior vows. Isn't it fascinating? That's him. 18 vows. Any questions? Yes. Blink.
So we have some more YouTube questions, and I'm going to try to just summarize them all together.
Uh-oh.
Well, the first one, it starts with, how do we stop the demons from doing that,
Doing what?
from infiltrating and undermining
Ah,
from the work?
someone is concerned. How can we let the demons do that to us? How? Green. How can we stop them?
I was just gonna say, well, the demons made vows too.
But the question, how do we stop them? He says, I don't care. How do you guys plan to stop them? White.
Praying, basically. Praying.
Praying to God?
Praying to God, yeah, basically. Praying to God and basically have faith, not to lose the faith.
No. I have news for you. God cannot fight against the demons. Okay? The demon is extremely powerful. Do not ever assume that we can handle them. And that's a mistake. When you think you can handle them, that's when they are stronger than you think. It's a big mistake to think that the demons will be stronger than demons unless you're Buddha. Okay? Remember that. Demons are extremely powerful. You cannot underestimate them. That's a Buddhist fact. All the Buddhists who fail is because they underestimated the demons. Period. Okay? All right. So how do we stop the demons? Yes, honey.
By having compassion towards him.
I like that. Can we kill them first? And I say, I'm killing you out of compassion? Yes, Green.
Well, maybe you can't stop them, but you can try, and you can just cultivate harder and harder, and then recite Shurangama mantra.
Okay, that's one way. Use mantras, he says. Yes, there's some mantras who can stop demons. Yes. Anyone else? Let me tell you. The answer is let them. Let them. Let them destroy Buddhism. We make another one. It's a natural evolution of things. Buddhism came in this world, okay? To our world will prosper. In Buddhism, there's 4 phases. Birth or coming into being, okay? Dwelling, okay? Meaning that you prosper, you grow, okay? And take space, okay? That's dwelling. This is why I dwell. That's growth, okay? You go from beginning, birth, production. You go into dwelling, meaning you carve out your own domain, okay? And then change or decay, which is where we are right now, where we are becoming weaker, older, weaker, more or less useless. Yes? You old people, there's no old people here today. So, okay? So you become useless, more or less, and then emptiness or death. So in Buddhism, we know that everything needs to go through 4 phases. Us, we born, we grow up, we age, and we die. That's what Shakyamuni Buddha did. Right? Buddhism, same thing. Buddhism was born, it grew, okay, in India, right? And then it declined in India, and it died in India, and began to be born in China, yes? Grew in China, in particular in the Tang Dynasty, which is Tang Dynasty in around 6th, 7th century, or the golden age of Buddhism in China. And then after that, it decayed, and then it died in China, and then was born in yours truly. I mean, the U.S. of the continent escapes me. U.S. of China. Okay? So he's born here. We are at the birth phase right now. Okay? Because what happens, Buddhism was destroyed by the demons in China. Okay? So that it has the chance to be born under Trump. You find it funny too, huh? But my heart aches for the losers. Never mind. Yes, someone about give him a collar. More handheld. I buy more handheld. I feel so poor.
I have a question, Master. According to the sutra, that the 7th vow of universal worthy is like asking the Buddha to remain in the world. So my question is, if the Buddha already want to enter Nirvana, why would we want him to still remain in the world according to vow and practice of universal?
That means extend his stay in the world. That's what it means. In the future, I will explain that vow a little bit more in greater details. It's a very important vow. Okay? It's a part of the Avatamsaka Sutra lecture. It's a very important part. It's one of the reasons why I'm explaining the sutra, is to give you things that's so important that my master didn't teach his disciples. Okay? That's why his disciple has to come over here to learn from us. She likes it. Okay? So what happened is that it's a natural, for us Buddhists, we know it's a natural decay already because it's a natural evolution of Buddhism. It dies there, let the demon destroy it in China so that Buddhism has a chance to arise in the disunited states of America. You see that? Okay, so it's born here since the 1960s. Okay, we're still in the birth phase. We're not even in the dwelling phase yet. Okay, but eventually we grow, and we go in the dwelling, and when we reach a peak, the demons would start attacking us, then we start declining. And then we have to go somewhere else, maybe back to Vietnam or something. We don't know. Or Mexico. Yes, I'd love to go to Mexico.
I was going to say, is that why is Buddhism also reincarnating just as us beings are?
Yes. Okay. It turns out we have a set of samurais, samurai, and ninjas, ninja. You're so cosmopolitan, cool. You have a set of workers where we send around to various parts of Buddhism, and they do the work. So Master Hsuan Hua is one of them. And the monk we saw this morning on the video is another of those samurais. That's why I can make fun of him. We know each other. So we don't take ourselves too seriously. Well, at least I don't. They do. That side, they do. Yes. Any other questions, comments? Okay. Yes. Two more.
So when the Buddhism declines from the demons, is that when Maitreya Buddha comes back? But I think you said 17.
No, we will disappear. We will disappear totally. It's no more. I mean, Buddhism at some point in time will die and will disappear. And then the world comes to an end. And then a new world will arise. This world will come to an eventually come to an end, and new world will emerge. So we know that already. It doesn't bother us. It's a natural evolution of things. Okay, just like we born, we grow up, become more handsome, and then we age and get Botox and the Porsches. Have you noticed the kind of people who drive Porsches around here are basically like 60s and 70s? It's disgusting. Anyway, just a side comment, social comment. And then what happened is that eventually it will die. The world has to disappear. And after the world disappears, a new world will be formed. And this is way beyond Genesis, sir. Genesis is a simplified version of the formation of the world that the scientists, let me tell you right now, will never be able to figure it out. Never. Never, ever. Okay, so the Genesis story in your religion is a very simplistic version of how the Buddha describes the evolution of the worlds, the phases of the worlds. Yes.
We Catholics don't take the Genesis book as actual thing that happened. We just take it as a metaphor of creation, not an actual creation.
This creation, sir. Absolutely, it's creation. You can believe all you want. Okay? But from our indoctrination, the Buddha says that's what happened. Okay? And I can make fun of the short Chinese monks, but I would never dare make fun of the Buddha. Because whatever he says is 100% accurate. He would never say anything wrong, ever. Never, ever. That's what makes Buddha different from short Chinese monks. Okay? All right. Yes, Pink. One more.
This question is from YouTube again. This person wants to know what does it mean to not obtain the perfect enlightenment.
Okay.
They don't get it. They don't understand.
Yes. Hey, listen, Vietnamese translator. This is wrong. Các miệng trên is wrong. I say, 一切. All the vowels. You drop the ten here. The Vietnamese translation, they added above. He's referring to all the vowels in the past. That's what he's referring to. Okay? So don't make that mistake. This is why the Vietnamese over there, when they translate, one word like that destroys the meaning of the vowel. One extra word. It's because they don't understand this dharma of making vows. So when they translate it, they added this word here, above. It's no such a, see, there's no such a thing in Chinese. 一切 is every vowel, all the vowels. It doesn't say above. What do you say above? This is above in Vietnamese. Yes? You Vietnamese people or Chu Chao people. Huh? This means above. In Chinese, there's no above thing at all. No Chinese character for above. Wrong translation. Sacrilege. But that's from his disciples. They're not happy when I talk like this. Okay? This is totally wrong, totally stupid, he asked me. When you translate accurately. 一切 is here. There's no ten, no above. See that? It's because this particular people, these particular Vietnamese people over there, one of them right there, okay, do not understand that making vows dharma. That's why the translation here is extremely stupid. This is not the vow dharma at all. It shows these people don't understand making vows. Okay, this one betrays their stupidity. And to me, it's insulting to the dharma of their teachers. The teacher is so great, so wise, and they distort his teachings so that the Vietnamese who don't understand Chinese, who don't understand English, will be in trouble with a practice like this. Okay? You understand? If you understand, if this is above here, there's no need for number 18 because every vow has to be fulfilled. You don't need above or prior. There's no need for that. It's prior lives. Is that clear? Just a subtlety like that. It destroys the meaning of the Dharma. Imagine you receive Chan instruction and you translate from Chinese into whatever language, and you add one word. You take out one word. Okay? We're hurt. We create a lot of hurt on the people who work so hard. That's why I'm a lot more critical and more vocal about these things, because this is sacrilegious. To me, this is the equivalent of insulting my teacher. Because if you translate this above, then this vow doesn't make sense at all. You ask me, right? It's redundant. Because this is how people read it. Most people who don't understand vow dharmas, they would say, oh, of course, he means referring to the other 17 vows. It's not. It doesn't. Does it make sense to you? Because they don't understand the vow dharma from lifetime to lifetime to lifetimes. These people, they make great vows. Every time they come to the world, they make a set of great vows. Next time, they make another set of great vows. And another one, and another one. You see that? That's the process. These people don't understand that. They see it only as 18 great vows. No, it's like countless great vows. Countless. So when are you going to start making great vows? We come to that, okay? So anyway, should you be reciting his great vows? To put it succinctly, I think it's too many. Suppose you make 18, and then next lifetime you make another 10. Next lifetime you make another 20. How are you going to remember? If you make vows you don't remember, what good are they? And this is my problem with the Chinese. They talk too much. Anyone Chinese here today? Okay. What he's doing for 18 vows is primarily talking about all kinds of living beings. You see, and I want to the next time, I want to revisit Master Ching Liang's 10 requirements of himself to show the difference. Okay? Because I thought about it, it bothered me last week when I said, well, I'm not sure that I quite understand these 10 requirements, so I had to think about it for 7 days. And it dawned on me 2 days ago and said, oh, that's why. Okay? There's a reason why that the 10 requirements from Master Ching Liang are not called vows, and there aren't 18 of them. So far, so good? Would you like to know that? Or if not, I can skip it next time. I'm not going to bother talking about this, the 10 great vows of Master Ching Liang. Oops, I didn't mean to reveal this prematurely. So you want me to talk about it or not? Thank you. Thank you. Makes my day, thank you. Okay, next time let's pick it up from number 34. So we went from 12 to 34, that's 22 slides for 2 hours. That's not bad. Thank you, everyone. Let's get up and do the rebirth transference. Thank you.